Hello, everybody. How are we doing? Hey, thanks for coming on this call today, and a great Merry Christmas to everybody. For those that are celebrating in 1 week to go, how exciting is that? So, hey, g'day, Wendy. How are you doing? I'm sure it's cold where you are. Might be having a white Christmas with some snow. Who knows? So today's call, all about our inner power alignment. Now, this is a great process that we can use anytime that we want, even daily when we're going for what it is that we love, going for what it is that we want, because it really is really powerful, because it really sets us up intuitively to have exactly what it is that we choose, to be our predominant creative force, to be on our true purpose. So that's quite exciting. When we're using our intuition to actually receive the information of what we want to create, it actually comes naturally once we've been doing this work for a while and we step into it. And we know intuitively when we get the information for what it is that we want to create, that things fall into place a lot easier than if we're doing it or forcing it or thinking that we have to take action in a certain area or overthinking it or whatever. So this process we're going to do today is all about just stepping into it, intuitively allowing that information to come through naturally, which is really, really cool. Now we have two parts of us, or two versions of us, whatever you'd like to call it. We have the old self, which is the old way of being. It's our old beliefs, it's our old identity, it's our old ways of being. It's all the parts of us that are keeping us stuck in that old way. And then we have this other version, this identity that wants more, that wants to create, that wants new things, that wants to change, it wants more adventure, wants to take on and maybe have an online business or go for more relationships or more health, whatever it may be for you. So we have these two parts, these two versions of ourselves that both want completely different things. Unconscious and conscious is going for different attributes around that. And really, when we notice that and actually go, wow, that's actually a thing, and step into that, we can actually realize that we're actually going against ourselves and the old ways of being to try and create this new way. And the way we process the old way is we might want to go do something, and we might go and take action around that and trying to create it. So we might go read a book, we might go do some therapy, go do a program, try and get the skills required to be able to get into our desired reality and take the action and then achieve whatever it is that we want. And it just doesn't work. It's a long way, hard way to do it that way. What we actually have to do is to be it before we see it. We actually have to step into having this desired reality now and take the action towards having whatever it is for you. Just take all those action steps, and then as we're doing those actions, read the book, take the programs or whatever, to actually be in the end result, creating it. And that's the difference between creating it, having it now, or wanting it, doing something to have it in the future. So it's really, really important that we take these action steps and we really step into it, because taking the action is key. What aligns ourselves with our desired reality, our choices, our goals, whatever it is for you, and it allows us just to simply have it. Awesome. So today's beautiful process with inner alignment. What I'll get you to do is just write 1 to 7 on a piece of paper. If you're watching this recording, you can push pause and go get a pen and paper. If not, just grab that now and we can make a start. So when you're taking the action towards your desired reality, it's so important to have a structure around exactly what it is that you want to create. Now, as we know, our lenses are so powerful. And if we're taking on our lenses, we have our weekly and our daily lenses, which is so important. And as we're filling out these lenses, it's so beautiful, because when we're taking action around that, we can actually see where we're going wrong. And then we can take that information to the masterclass, the live coaching calls, or to the recorded content and remove that resistance. Great to see you, Wendy. Yay. Yes. So 1 to 7. So what I'd like you to do first of all is write down a true choice or a desired reality that you'd like to work on today is number 5. So just in there, number 5, just write in your desired reality. It could be a true choice, something you're working on, something you'd love to create just because you love it and for no other reason. Now we have got the 4 orientational choices for those of you that are fresh in the work: choosing a life I love, predominant creative force, true nature and purpose, living a life I love. Just write down what you choose on number 5 as that desired reality. Excuse me. And just noticing that number 5, that desired reality, write down what would it be like to have that, a feeling or an emotion. Write down the belief of just having it. How would it feel knowing that you've achieved that desired reality? And then knowing that you've achieved that desired reality, and whatever it is for you, just notice where you are and what you're doing, what it means. You might have an income value there. It might be 20 or 50,000 a month. It could be having the perfect body, whatever it is for you. Just write that in there at number 5. Having that beautiful feeling of just knowing you have it. You have it all. And then what I'd like you to do is for number 2, which is your current reality. Number 2, write in your current reality of what it's like now. So number 5 is desired reality. Number 2 is your current reality. Just write it on what it's like now. Obviously, it'll be less because we haven't created it yet. Now, if you're wanting to earn $20,000 a month, maybe now you're only earning 1 or 2 or 5. Just notice the difference. And then what I'd like you to do is to go into number 1. And we'll go through this process shortly with the eyes closed. But just write in number 1 where you were 6 months ago, where you were 3 months ago, 12 months ago, where it was for you before you started taking the journey to be what you have today. And then, looking at your current reality at number 2, excuse me, look at number 3 and what is the next steps of actions that you need to take to be closer to your desired reality at number 5 and the step after achieving number 2. What are some actionable steps that you need to take? And we do this process shortly. There'll be more information come through. It's just setting your mind up to the structure and this pattern of how this process works. Excuse me. So number 4 is one step just before your desired reality. What is the last actionable steps that you need to take to achieve number 5, to have your desired reality? And just write that down. What do I need to do? What actions? What processes? Is there something I need to learn? What do I need to create? What actions? Number 4. And then number 5, looking at your desired reality, it's now done. You've now achieved that. What's number 6, which is the next actionable steps after finishing your desired reality at number 5? What comes through for you? What is my next true choice, my actionable steps, knowing that I've achieved number 5, it is done. And then number 7 will be the next steps after that, to know that you've achieved number 5. And now that we've kind of unpacked the structure of what actions to take, we can now do the process. Because what a lot of us find is it's beautiful going for that true choice at number 5, but we must also teach our mind, our unconscious, that once that's achieved, we're going for something more. Doesn't stop there. We're going for something bigger and better each time. So it sets us up for that creation. Excellent. Right, let's do the process and see what other information comes through, and then we can just store it as it comes through. If you're watching this recording, obviously you can pause it if you want to write it down, or open your eyes up and just write it down in number 3 or 4. But just close the eyes and get comfortable. Make sure you're well centered, hands and legs uncrossed. And take a big breath and just set the intention to get the most out of this process. Just choose it. Coming from your heart center, just choose it. I choose to get the most out of this process. And just leave all your thoughts and perception at the door and just really step into your true self intuitively and allow the beautiful information to come through. The best suit the number that you choose. Now step into that beautiful desired reality of number 5. Number 5, step in that desired reality of knowing that it's done, that true choice that you've chosen today. Notice where you are and what you're doing. Have all that beautiful emotion and feeling as part of it. Who are you with? Have that beautiful smile on your face and the feeling of just knowing that you've achieved it, and just notice how good it feels. It feels so good. It's done. Yay. I'm a super conscious creator. I can create anything that I choose by simply being in the right structure and taking the action. And just notice the completion of number 5, how good it feels. To notice the business is up and running, or we're finishing a program. We've got the perfect health, the true purpose, taking action, the lenses are cranking along beautifully, whatever it may be for you. Traveling around the world. And now what I'd like you to do is just to leave that behind and come into number 2, which is your current reality. What's it like now? How is it less than your desired reality? And just notice what you notice. I'm now in my current reality. And just notice if there's any dysfunction in your current reality. Are you struggling to take action? Is your emotions and feelings in the way, not good enough, not capable? Allow the information to come through of what's in the way, and just know that we have the masterclass and the recordings, lots of free content out there to remove this resistance so we can take the action. Just notice number 2, the current reality, what it is for you. And now what I want you to do is take a step back in time. I want you to go down through your timeline. Go back 4 weeks, 3 months, 6 months, 12 months, whatever it is for you. Go back in your timeline to a point where you know it was different from your current reality. The action you had to take to be in your current reality. And just looking back in that timeline, just be grateful for everything that happened in the past, because it got you where you are today. And where you are today is from your previous choices. You chose it. And going back in time and being grateful and coming from your heart, just knowing that you're so grateful for everything in the past so you can have what you have today. Notice where you were 3 months ago. Notice how things have changed. And if things haven't changed much, then I want you to step into number 2 again, your current reality, and then number 3, and notice what needs to change. Number 3 is your next steps after your current reality. It's 2 steps away from your desired reality, but it's your next steps. Allow that information to come through. What do you need to do? You can quickly open your eyes if you need to look at your list for 3 and 4. If not, just notice what you need to do. What actions am I taking to be 2 steps away from a desired reality? Notice what they are. Notice how it feels taking the action. And now I want you to look at number 3 and just notice that it's done. You have achieved it, it's finished. And now step into number 4. 1 step away from your desired reality and 2 steps after your current reality. Number 4, taking the action. What are those actionable steps to be that best person you can be? Be 1 step away from your desired reality. Allow that information to come through for whatever it is for you. Making more phone calls, creating a product, creating content, just going for it. Being the best you can be. Seeking others' expertise to get the skills to create whatever it is that you choose. Now with number 5, just set that intention. It's now done. You have now achieved it. Number 4, sorry. You've achieved number 4, and now step into number 5, your desired reality. Just knowing that you're now in your desired reality, you're creating it all. Just notice what it notice. Notice the beautiful feelings and emotions of creating this desired reality, just having it all. Having more choices. Could be more health, more relationships, travel, whatever it is for you. And in this beautiful desired reality, just make that choice. It is now done. I have now achieved my desired reality. And now I want you to step into number 6, which is the next step after your desired reality. What are you going to choose next? What is your next choices? And just choose it. Just choose this next true choice, number 6. Allow the information to come through, the actions you need to take to achieve it. We always must have the next actions to take. What is my next choice? Just because I love it. And now just noticing that you've achieved number 6, I now want you to step into number 7. What is the next actions you need to take? What is my next desired reality? What is my next achievement to have more of this beautiful structure? What is this choice? And step into the actions of taking this choice. And allow the information to come through of what needs to be done to create it. And just breathe in, knowing that you're a superconscious creator, creating anything that you choose. And now I'd like you to choose one of these beautiful creations. We're just going to do a little process. And what I'd like you to do is, whatever this choice is for you, I'd like you to visualize this beautiful lake in front of you, this beautiful blue lake. It's a beautiful day. It can be day or night. You get to make it all up and choose it however you want. And the lake is so calm, it's like a sheet of glass. It's just so beautiful and calm. And that lake is your desired reality. It is your choice, what you're choosing today. And just notice what's around the lake. It could be trees or mountains, houses, holiday homes. Whatever it is for you, you just make it all up in this beautiful lake. The lake is my desired reality. And just standing next to the lake, I'd like you to bend down and just pick up a stone. Pick up a stone from the beach. Just picture picking up the stone. And quickly look at the stone. The stone is the resistance to taking action on this creation. And I'd like you to picture throwing that stone deep into the lake. Throw it now. 1, 2, go. Throw it out into the lake. Notice the stone goes up into the air and then down and hits the lake and splash. And then sinks to the bottom. That's all the resistance to taking action. And now notice, because of the splash from the stone, it's created all these ripples. And now take a step forward and stand into the edge of the lake. As the ripples come close to you, allow them to hit you one at a time and go right through your body and remove all resistance. That's it. Just allow those ripples to hit you one at a time. The haircut, they're getting bigger and bigger. The big ones are going through, hitting you now. Just allow them to go through you. That's it. And as these ripples start to get smaller now, the big ones have gone, just allowing that feeling of these ripples to come through. Excellent. And you may experience this feeling on and off for the next few hours or a day, depending what it is for you, as these ripples slowly go through your body, removing all resistance, so that it's easy to take action. And for those of you that are watching the recording or the first time, you can come back through this process, rewatch this recording over and over for any of your creations. And the beautiful thing about it is, intuitively, it allows the information to come through to what actions to take. And then we know we're taking the right actions. So what I'll do is I'll leave that process with you. Just allow that to be with you for the next 5 or 10 minutes if you choose. Depending on the resistance, sometimes it can really be quite a powerful process for a while. And for those of you that have not purchased the masterclass or would like to experience the masterclass, we'll put a free link in the chat and below this post, so you can go and enjoy it for a week on us and see exactly how it all rolls and more about the work. And for those of you taking action out there and creating, keep taking action and keep being your lenses. If you're away on a holiday, having a break, you've still got all the beautiful meditations that you can listen to in the recordings or whatever it is for you. And if you have any questions, just reach out to Greg Jones. info@gregjonesnz.com. Apart from that, have a great Christmas and New Year and a very jolly Christmas. Thanks very much for watching, and we'll see you all again in the new year. The next call will probably be in 3 weeks from today.